Let's move on now to topic number 3. And topic number 3 today comes to us from Karl Gee, who writes, "Hey John, big fan. Thank you so much, Karl. I'm really thinking of getting the new DCUniverse subscription as I love everything DC. My issue is, with everything going subscription-based these days, how can working class afford a lot of these apps, including Netflix, etc., etc., etc.? Thoughts, John?" Yeah, so we right now are in this great era. First of all, I've been a cable cutter for about 7 years, maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. I don't know, whatever. But let's place it. I'll say 7 years. I haven't had a cable subscription for like 7 years. I just don't find the need to have it. And I always found it to be way too expensive, paying for all these channels I didn't even want. And I cut the cable years ago and just started getting all my TV, all my entertainment online. Using a Roku, I've used Apple TVs, I've used Amazon Fire Sticks, I've used other Android type gizmos, like whatever. Right now, the Roku is my go-to choice. I have my Roku both in my bedroom and in my living room right now. And I use YouTube TV to watch live TV if I want. YouTube TV also has a lot of other functions, which is great. I highly recommend you check out YouTube TV. It's great. But, I've got Hulu, I've got Netflix, I've got all these different, I've got HBO, I've got all these different services. It's great in one sense because, as we all have talked about for so long, well, it means that I only pay for the stuff that I actually want. Like, for heaven's sakes, I'm paying for CBS All Access for one show. I pay for CBS All Access just so I can watch Star Trek Discovery. I don't watch anything else on CBS All Access. Now, granted, they've got more shows coming, including a new Jean-Luc Picard show. That's great. But, so there's CBS All Access I pay for, blah, blah, blah. And we are now at the point where when you add up all the money I'm spending, and that you're probably spending too, on these individual a la carte services, we're getting close to paying what we were paying for cable in the first place, right? We're getting close. So the skeptic may look at it and say, well, so this whole cord cutting thing was pointless, right? There was no need because now we're not saving any money. You could look at it like that, skeptically. However, a more realistic point of view is this. We are now getting services we never had before that were never going to be a part of cable. A DCUniverse streaming service would never have been a part of cable. The way Netflix functions could never have been a part of cable. The way Hulu works could never have been a part of cable. Are we almost now paying the same amount of money that we used to pay for cable? Yes. However, we're also getting services and conveniences and programming today and a variety of programming today that we never would have had with cable. When everything was at the mercy of the cable companies, innovation was limited. So, skeptically, I can look at it and say, well, what the hell? We're almost paying as much. I'm basically almost paying as much now per month for all this as I was for cable. So what's the point? But realistically, are we almost paying as much now? Maybe. But we're getting a hell of a lot more of things we actually want. Yeah, great, my cable package had 318 channels. I watched about 7 of them. Now, okay, I'm paying almost as much, but everything I'm paying for is something I really like and I think is worth shelling out a couple of bucks a month for. And now we got the DCUniverse thing coming, and pretty soon we're going to have the Disney thing coming. And look, we're going to be getting to a point where we as consumers are going to have to start being a little picky about which services we do get and which services we don't get. Yes, that time is coming. And if this DC thing works, and if this Disney thing works, then hell, you better be sure that a lot of other content creators are going to be looking at creating new streaming services as well of their own that we'll have to pay a couple of bucks a month for. The key here, though, is we're paying as much, but we're getting better content than we ever were. We're only getting content we actually want, and we're getting a more variety of content being delivered in flexible ways that never could have been delivered before. So, while you're right, personally, I still think we as consumers right now have it way better than we did 6 years ago. I really believe that. I really believe that right now we have it much better than we did 6 years ago. And maybe you guys think differently, and that's cool. Do me a favor, jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, let's move on to topic number 4.